Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to an all-new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. Woo, we love Fridays around here. Oh, my God. Yes, we do. Thank you to everybody out there that's been tuning in. And thank you, TikTok. I am famous on TikTok. I didn't even know. I just look at the camera whenever I get bored in the show and say, TikTok, do your thing. And you guys go viral. It's a gift from God, I promise you. I did not go to school to do this. I literally am channeling the blood of my grandmother, who was a nasty mouthed woman. May she rest in peace. And now we all have peace because she's resting. But we love her. And I definitely am a descendant of Maybelle Tanner. Listen, speaking of my grandmother, it is almost election day. We have, it's probably 11 days, 10 days left until election day on November 5th. If you are in Stockton, California, because a lot of you are watching this podcast, thank you very much. I love you. Stockton, please make sure if you're in District 6 that you're voting for me and Christina Fugazi for mayor. If you're in District 4, vote for Mario Enriquez. I feel so good about the election. And let me tell you what I feel the best of. Like, say, for instance, if I didn't win, we all know I'm going to win. But say I didn't win, right? What I have done for Stockton, I have educated people on the process. I got young people motivated and inspired to get involved in the civic engagement. I have educated people on some of the misdoings of some of the elected leaders, some of the people that didn't even know who the elected leaders were or what they did. We were able to introduce the $6.3 billion of state funding. We were able to stop the Gospel Rescue Mission from putting homeless people on the street. We were able to give 3,000 kids and their families toys during Christmas. We were able to desegregate the pool in the community that I grew up in Sierra Vista. We have been able to cross all cultural lines and just pull everybody from different socioeconomic groups together. And I believe, if anything, my city knows how much I love them. So I've already won. Let me be very clear. And I want to shout out my family and all my friends back home who've helped me there in the city of Stockton, where I have returned. I know that people are, there's the politicking going on. And I recently just uncovered a couple things where my opponent is trying to cheat. The difference is that they have never ran against somebody who has their own money, their own platform, millions of followers that people know, people are connected to, and can do all the tricks that they do on a fair and appropriate and honest standpoint. And so that's why we're beating them. We run a great campaign. All right, listen, it has been a thing. You're a Stocktonian now. You're a Stocktonian adjacent?
Yeah, adjacent.
Because you Rob don't like to go out at night, but he does go there in the daytime.
I love it.
What do you think about Stockton?
I love Stockton. I love being in the domicile. I love South Scribner. I be in these streets over there. I have friends over there now.
Everybody, Johnny's from Stockton, Fredo's from Stockton. My friends have fallen, and my staff have fallen in love with the city because we can see the opportunity. And a lot of you that are out there that are hearing the Trump and Kamala thing, just be very clear. All of that is just marketing. Who's better for this or that? You need to take a step back and just dial in on the issues that are important to you. And I know when it comes to the president, and whoever you're going to elect for that position, you're looking at somebody to fix the economy, somebody to make sure you have a better job. I know gas prices are going down. Electricity is high. There's a lot of issues that Americans are facing right now. And I know Biden is getting the blowback for a lot of it, but you got to go do your research. Just spend one day on the weekend going through the economy and what he's done for the economy, what Kamala's done for the economy. Go look at what they've done and what they proposed and securing our borders that was just shot down because Donald Trump called people to, vote against it. Go and look at what he's done for HBCUs. Go and look at what they've done for legalizing federally legalizing marijuana, the anti-lynching bill for all of us whose ancestors were hung in trees. Go and do your research, because if we do not get it right this year, which I have faith in all of you to get it right, I don't know what we're going to do. But what I do know is that after my term as city council, if we don't get it right and the city turns into something else, Jason Lee will no longer be in America, because it is not American to turn democracy into a country that is ruled by dictators. You see what's happening in different countries around the world. Yes, the people in China are happy with China, but guess what? They don't have social media. They have limited internet. They can't even decide how many boys they have or how many kids they have because it is ruled by the government. And some of y'all want that kind of control until you get it. And then guess what? TikTok ain't talking. And guess what? The time is ticking on when they take more of your rights away, like her right to decide what she does with her body, which none of us that look like me or Rob, who don't have uteruses and never want one, well. shouldn't have anything to say about it. So again, thank you, Stockton, and I am so looking forward to leading and bringing so much excitement and opportunity to the city. And I'm telling y'all now, right now, since we only have 10 days left, I am going to do what my opponent said. She did say one honest thing. She said, look at the way he's been campaigning. That's how he's going to be working. Yes, inclusive, inspiring, hardworking, and guess what? Talking my because I'm going to be a fighter for my city and a unifier. And I also have some exciting updates coming down on how I'm going to restructure a lot of things. So that way I have all the time in the world to rebuild the state of Stockton. All right, that's our opening. Let's just get straight to the tea with Jason Lee. All right, if you haven't been paying attention, they're in the news again. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. This right here is better than Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor on pay-per-view, baby, because Kamala, you guys said she's not doing interviews. Well, guess what? She's doing interviews, town hall. She's pulling up to bar mitzvahs and quinceañeras. Anything y'all invite her to, she is showing up. But what I love about it is it's showing us a very deep contrast between the two individuals and the fact that we are requiring this black woman to work extra harder to prove her capabilities when she's the more qualified candidate of the two. And the rules are being applied differently. And I'm going to get into all that in a second. You know, he used to say how Biden was the oldest person in the campaign. Well, now he's the oldest. He won't release his medical records. She's challenged. It's like the scripts have reversed, but the rules and the consequences have not reversed. But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. Now, in less than 2 weeks, we will finally know the next president of the United States of America. And hopefully it won't be the candidate who Kamala Harris and Barack Obama have called loony and unstable after claiming that January 6th was a day of love. Now, if you missed that update, here's what Donald Trump said when a former Republican dragged him at a town hall. Listen.
I am a Republican, no longer registered, though. I want to give you the opportunity to try to win back my vote. Okay. Your let me say action and maybe inaction during your presidency and the last few years sort of, was a little disturbing to me. What happened during January 6th and the fact that, you waited so long to take action while your supporters were attacking the Capitol. Coronavirus, I thought the public was misled during coronavirus, and that many more lives could have been saved if we would have been informed better. And also people in your administration who don't support you. I'm curious how people so close to you, administration, no longer want to support you, so why would I want to support you? If you would answer these questions for me, I would really appreciate it and give you the opportunity. There's, your own vice president doesn't want to support you now.
Thank you, Ramiro. So the people that don't support a very small portion. We have a tremendous, about 97% of the people in the administration support me. But because it's me, somebody doesn't support, they get a little publicity. The vice president, I disagree with him on what he did. I totally disagreed with him on what he did. Very importantly, you had hundreds of thousands of people come to Washington. They didn't come because of me. They came because of the election. They thought the election was a rigged election, and that's why they came. Some of those people went down to the Capitol. I said peacefully and patriotically, nothing done wrong at all, nothing done wrong. And action was taken, strong action. Ashley Babbitt was killed. Nobody was killed. There were no guns down there. We didn't have guns. The others had guns, but we didn't have guns. And when I say we, these are people that walked down. This was a tiny percentage of the overall, which nobody sees and nobody shows. But that was a day of love from the standpoint of the millions. It's like hundreds of thousands. It could have been the largest group I've ever spoken before. They asked me to speak. I went and I spoke. And I used the term peacefully and patriotically. If you look at the Democrats, what they say.
Trump, we all were watching what happened. And I know you keep downplaying the fact that your vice president was in there doing his duty for democracy to make sure that it was a free and fair election and that the transfer of power was handled properly. And there were your followers that were going in with nooses to hang him, saying, let's hang Pence. You remember we watched documentaries when they actually went into Nancy Pelosi's office and destroyed her office. And there was a woman that was killed and officers that were hurt. And I think officers died during that moment. Well, we didn't forget. And clearly the vice president did, because she caught what you said. And she had this to say. Donald Trump incited an attack on our nation's democracy because he didn't like the outcome of the election. If January 6th was a bridge too far, there is a place for you in our campaign. And listen, the Republicans have been coming out of everywhere. Even Liz Cheney and other elected officials right now for the Republican Party are all saying we cannot go this direction because democracy will not survive. And you have to remember something. Okay, so if Trump wins during this campaign and they do make all these drastic changes to democracy, you do realize that when it flips for the Democrats, then you give the Democrats a lot of free reign that don't have the checks and balances that we all need. When you see what's happening, are y'all scared as much as I am?
I'm terrified. I'm terrified. I'm also terrified at the amount of people who are, in my opinion, not paying attention to the things that this man has said and done, and they're just stuck on the idea of voting for him because of whatever reason I can't imagine. So I am terrified that this amount of people are still voting for him.
And it's terrifying to me to see these town halls on both parties because they're all undecided people. I'm like, how are so many people undecided in this? It's 11 days. Like,
excuse me, District 6.
Oh.
What do you? I mean, I have less undecided in Stockton than
That's
the
what I'm
country,
saying.
but I still am like, well, what is it? What are the requirements for the job? You know, I think the requirements for presidents, are you honest? Well, most politicians are not, but are you at least believably honest? Do you have the best interests of most Americans, almost all Americans at the forefront of your policy? And what do you stand for? This person has showed us that he's a criminal. He is a racist. He is a divisionist. He attacks women. He attacks every other ethnicity, and that he wants to get rid of the Department of Education, which is insane because we already know it's struggling. So we just gonna throw it out. Then what do we have? We have them teaching a lot of the stuff that does purity and cleansing of our history, and we forget that Christopher Columbus and your ancestors took a boat ride over here against their will. So in a country where they want to get rid of Department of Education, do you think they're really going to uplift HBCUs and black colleges, or really do the protections for Native Americans or other folks who come from other countries legally to make sure that their rights are upheld? No. Anyway, Trump called blacks and Latinos voting for Harris mentally ill and said that they should get their heads checked. Well, I was busy getting my head checked when he said it. Listen what he said.
But any African American or Hispanic, and you know how well I'm doing there, that votes for Kamala, you got to have your head examined because they are really screwing you.
Your fat ass is annoying. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like being talked to as a black or Latino. I just want to be talked to as a voter. I don't hear Kamala saying if you blacks or you Latinos, like the black jobs or whatever. Like, is reality TV to blame for how dumb and dull our society has become?
I don't know if it's just real. I don't know what it is, because remember when Joe Biden said anything remotely similar to this, the same people who are over there supporting him were attacking Joe Biden for saying you ain't black if you voting for him. So it's like the same situation, and now they're defending him saying it. So I just don't understand the double standard. I don't.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that in my candidacy for District 6 in Stockton, I'm running across a lot of Republicans and Democrats. Of course, my race is nonpartisan, who just like me because they love the policy. They love what I'm promoting. And I'm not out talking about some of the issues that they have to deal with on the federal level. So I guess as you move up the pecking order, that there's a lot more emphasis placed on things that have control and party influence. But it's the issue people are having with parties is that, there's a lot of special interest funding these campaigns. And so we know they're not talking to the needs of the people. They're talking to the desires of the people that are paying for their seats. And we know ain't nobody paying for the seat that look like this. Okay, now if these heinous comments aren't enough to deter you from supporting Trump, all the stuff you said about you being black and Latino and needing to get your hair checked. Well, maybe his plans on defunding and shutting down the Department of Education, like I just told you, will do the trick. Some of y'all probably didn't graduate, but listen what he said.
Anything to do with school choice, also. But also, separate from school choice, we're going to take the Department of Education, close it. I'm going to close it. We'll have one person, could be you if you decide to retire.
Okay, Mr. President, here's what bothers me.
Central casting.
Here's what bothers me about that. So let's say you have a liberal city, let's Los Angeles, San Diego, and they just decide we're going to get rid of that history. We got new history. This is America built off the backs of slaves on stolen land. And that curriculum comes in.
Then we don't send them money. We would save half of our budget.
Okay.
And if shutting down the Department of Education and erasing our history doesn't deter you from voting for Trump, well, maybe his insults and other forceful tactics will. Listen.
Early voting is underway, so get everyone you know and go out and vote. Go tomorrow. It's just starting. Go and vote. Make sure you vote and bring all our friends that want to vote for us. Tell them, Jill, get your fat husband off the couch. Get that fat pig off the couch. Tell him to go and vote for Trump. He's going to save our country. Get that guy the hell off our... Get him up, Jill. Slap him around. Get him up. Get him up, Jill. We want him off the couch to get out and vote. Bring your friend.
Well, I don't know where my friend Jill is, but I wonder, did I sound as bad when I called him fat?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess we're back to double standards.
No, because you're not the former president of the United States.
I
It's
am
a
the next
bit of a
city
difference.
councilman now.
That's true.
Well,
bit of a
your
difference.
fat ass shouldn't have said that. Now, last week we talked about Trump showing signs of dementia and cognitive decline, like when he was at a rally in Detroit and told Detroit voters that if Kamala Harris is elected president, she'll turn our whole country into Detroit. Well, Lizzo's even pulled up, and she has a lot to say about Trump. Listen.
I'm so happy to be back in Detroit. You know, all the best things were made in Detroit. Coney dogs, Fago, and Lizzo. I'm so proud to be from this city. You know, they say if Kamala wins, then the whole country will be like Detroit. Okay? Well, I say proud like Detroit. I say resilient like Detroit. This is the same Detroit that innovated the auto industry and the music industry. So put some respect on Detroit's name.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people are finally coming out. They said Beyonce is going to be in Texas today with the vice president. I just know that hopefully the celebrities are bringing you to the forefront of what's happening, but that you're actually looking at the issues, because I can't. It's just a lot. All right, enough. Marlon Wayans is in the news, and it's not because he has White Chicks 2 coming. It's because he once tried to hypnotize his trans son. Y'all just gonna try to pray the gay away, and I get it. Y'all just can't handle the miraculous fabulousness that some of your children are gonna bring to your life, and so you're gonna go to some little witch in a hut and try to get them to just trick them into thinking that they're not who they are. Well, Marlon Wayans is opening up and admitting that he is ashamed of once trying to hypnotize his transgender child. Now, in November 2023, Marlon first revealed that his oldest child is transgender during an interview with our friends over at the Breakfast Club. He said, "My daughter, Amai, is now my son, Kai." Marlon has also said that he has a biological son named Sean, named after his big brother. Let me show you a photo of Marlon and his 2 kids. This is both of them here. Don't we love a nice black family? Well, in a recent conversation with Neil Brennan, Marlon reflected on his acceptance journey. Listen.
Is the thing that you're talking about, the control part, isn't that part of parenting? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but there's a point in parenting.
How old is your daughter now?
My child's 23.
Okay.
24 now.
Okay.
And this was happening when they were 22, 23. And for me, like...
That's the let go time. That's like, you're your own person now.
Yeah. But you're trying to hold on, all right, and you want this thing that's in your head, normalcy, and you think about your grandchildren and you all kinds of shit, and it's like, it's not on me to think about none of that. This is their life, and they should be happy. And if they do this or they want to change back, whatever they want to do, it's not on me to punch down on my child. It's on me to love my child. Period. That's all. All I could do is love my child. And that's
Did
what
you
I do.
try to talk them out of it?
Of course. I try to hypnotize that bitch.
Yeah, I believe it.
No. I did. I was like, no, wait, hold on. And like I said, and I protested, like against it. And you know, and I don't say that with pride.
Right.
I look back on those actions, and
it's funny how you can be so embarrassed by something you did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like that was I was only 50.
Crazy. I was embarrassed the moment I was forced to look in the mirror. I was embarrassed. And it only took me a week.
About your behavior?
Yeah.
It took you a week to realize, like, you're doing this wrong?
The transition for me, because their transition was like a 3-year process, 4-year process.
Yeah.
My transition was a week, one hard week. And I will say, you know, I got to a beautiful place called acceptance. And I pray for a lot of parents, family members, and, you know, just public, right, people in general.
Yeah.
It's not on us to judge anybody, right?
Right.
It's, hey, man, live your life. And I tell my child, listen, I'm going to have my jokes, nigga. As long as you know I'm a comedian first.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a father first, a comedian second, and those two clash.
Yeah.
So, and they're like, you know, they know my heart, and they trust that I'm going to tell a great story, and it's a beautiful story, and I think I can't wait for people to see it.
But you're also pretty publicly an advocate for it.
Absolutely.
Like, so it's not like...
But it's not just for them. I went to Performing Arts High School. I have many gay people. I work in Hollywood. You know what I mean? I know many people in the LGBTQ, and it's not on me it's on me to just bring love, bring light. You know, I'm around my friends. They're my friends. Like, honestly, so I'm not going to make them feel weird as long as they don't make me feel weird when I crack jokes, because I'm going to crack my jokes.
Yeah.
Just like I crack white joke, black jokes, you know, gay jokes. I'm a comedian, so everybody gets it, including my family, including myself. We all get it.
How did you think you were going to stop? What are her pronouns?
He and they.
Okay. How did you think you were going to stop them from doing it? Did you have a plan?
Yeah. I was going to impose sanctions. Like the US.
Like, I'm not.
Let me tell you what first of all, I love the fact, Marlon, that you had the courage to start this conversation and, you know, follow what we've seen D Wade and Gabrielle do for their child, because I think that in our community, in our culture, we don't really see public figures like you have the courage to go public and to talk about the journey that you have to go through and that other parents have to go through. So you're actually helping people on their own journey. And what I also loved about what you did, because at first when the person said your daughter and you went on and said they, I thought you were going to ignore the fact that proper pronouncing is a thing now, and I respect that, so I don't want to trivialize it, but you actually were acknowledging your child's choice of pronouncing, and so I just want to say thank you for that. And, you know, again, I saw recently that Marlon did a photo shoot for Pride to show support for our community, and a lot of people attacked you for that. A lot of people used to think that y'all were gay too, and we were all kind of hoping that you were part of the community, but it's disappointing to find out that you're not. But it's good to hear that you're supporting your kid that is. And anyhow, isn't that good to see? Because, you know, in Black communities, sometimes they weaponize our children's choice as it being something that we want them to become. We don't want y'all kids to be gay or straight. We just want your kids to be healthy and survive past 18, 25, 35, 65. What do you think about hearing Marlon have such a public conversation about it?
I commend him for it, because he was taking accountability for the mistakes he made in not loving his child unconditionally and trying to push an agenda or a choice or a lifestyle that he thought was best on them. And I also just want to point out how easy it is to adapt to using the proper pronouns for a person when they ask you to. It's not that difficult. And he said my child or they, them for most of the interview. So I commend him for doing that.
And I feel like, especially in my culture too, parents always absorb like their kid's identity and like they want them to be like what they envision. And it's refreshing for Marlon to hear him be like, no, I just want my kid to be happy and healthy, and that's it. And it's refreshing to hear.
And I like the fact that you said it took you a week for the transition, not a year, not 2 years. So thank you. I'm going to give you a round of applause, Marlon. Thank you for giving us something good to talk about here on the show, by the way, because this doom and gloom around the world is a lot. But there's still some of you that are going to be out there saying, oh, this is just gay. You want our kids to be gay. No, he wants his kid to be happy. And a lot of you who are raising your straight kids, your kids aren't even happy. Some of them going out shooting up schools because you're not talking to them. And that's why some of y'all going to jail behind the stuff that your kids are doing. I also want to take this as a moment to say that all gay people don't want your kids to be taught to be trans or gay in schools, or because we have now allowed ourselves to live in a world where they over politicize children coming into who they are and making us feel like we need to shame the gay away because it's an agenda. No, I think if we just have an agenda of loving our children and teaching them that we love them no matter the choices that they make, maybe they'll grow up in a world that's a little bit more accepting. I also want to acknowledge, Marlon, you didn't say that you tolerate your kids' sexuality, that you accepted their sexuality, because a lot of people tolerate gays and don't fully accept or embrace them. I will say I am grateful that I am surrounded by a bunch of straight people, a lot of people who, business people, powerful people, who don't even see me for anything other than Jason Lee, T-Spiller, or whatever I happen to be. You know, they don't look at my sexuality as a defining explanation for who I am. It's not the totality of who I am, and I don't think it's a totality of your child. We previously spoke about Boosie telling Young Miami that he doesn't want his gay daughter Ivana around his other children out of fear of her contaminating them. Now, Marlon shared a tweet at the time which social media users felt defended Boosie. Take a look. You can't paint Boosie official as a monster. That man is a father that provides. I believe him, his daughter, and God will figure this out. It took me a second. Give their family grace and time. This is a growing pain. She know her daddy loves her. That's all that matters. He may come around, he may not, but that's on him and her. Well, speaking on the Breakfast Club, Marlon said he wasn't necessarily defending Boosie. Take a listen.
I saw you come to Boosie's defense when he, the back and forth was happening online with his daughter. Yeah. Have you guys spoken? Like, do other parents call you because you're very open about your journey?
No, I get fricasseed. People fried me up for coming to his defense.
They did, for sure.
But I wasn't coming to his defense. I'm telling people, hey, man, y'all mind your fucking business and let families work out they shit.
Okay, first thing, Lauren, when you ask a question, stop asking the follow-up question right away. I love that you're over there at the Breakfast Club doing your thing. You know I love you. You're doing a phenomenal job. But girl, one question at a time. Okay, now, to the question at hand. Marlon, you should have minded your fucking business. Why'd you ask? Why you jump in? And you did what they did. You just added to the conversation with millions more followers that add more conversations. I get it. You want people to let families, what I think you were saying, let the family work through their stuff. But then you added another layer telling people what not to do, added a layer of what you shouldn't have did. So I'm glad that your trans situation is transitioning into something positive. And I'm glad that the lesbian moment with the Boosie is doing what it needs to do. And I hope all you gay families are, because you're blended with gay families now, right? Mm-hmm. You got a gay family. I pray that I don't pray the gay way. I pray that your gay families transition through it all. Let me give you a flower.
Oh my God!
Let me give you a flower. Oh my God!
Yes, I gave you them gay flowers, Marlon, because you deserve them. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of gay concerns, Young Thug. Listen. I didn't say you was gay. The internet said you was gay, Jaden. Well, you know, they do think that Jaden Smith and that the apple didn't fall too far from the Smith tree.
Allegedly.
You know, they said, oh, I got something. I just hit me. Oh, my God. Anyway, you know, they said that Jaden was dating, what's the rapper boy name? Tyler, the Creator. He said that was his boyfriend. There's a whole, you go Google all this in your own time. I don't know what's going on. And then, you know, August Alsina had the tryst with Will and the wife, who they said Jada was a lesbian, but she said recently that she wasn't. And then August Alsina now got that cute ass boyfriend over there who DMs I done slid in at least once or twice. It's worth it. I'm telling you, I'm willing to risk it all. But if Jada was alleged to be a lesbian and who she also slept with August, who's now allegedly sleeping with the boy Zoo. Where Big Willie at in all of it? Well, there's a lot going on over there. Well, anyway, Jaden now, Young Thug from jail, who should be worried about his freedom, is worried about Jaden's sexuality and is going viral. Well, that's what we think that it is. Will Smith and Jada's son, Jaden, is going viral, and it's not because of his humanitarian work. You know, he got the whole water company, nor is it his acting or rapping, which, by the way, I have met Jaden. He is a nice guy. He's a sweet guy. I'm not saying sweet like sweet tea. I'm just saying sweet. Well, while speaking with Complex, Jaden recalled touring with Atlanta rapper Young Thug, who's currently jailed on trial for the RICO charges. And here is what Jaden... Here's what he had to say. I'll let you listen.
On tour with Thug, he's the coolest person ever, and we would hang out every single day. And he used to always come into my dressing room and be like, "Bro, there's no girls in here." And I'd be like, "Oh no, you know, I'm," and he'd be like, "Bro, I haven't seen you with any girls. I'm really worried." I would like go and hang out with people just so that like he would see me, so that he wouldn't worry. That was the best tour experience ever. Free Thug, bro, straight up.
I want us all to be free. I want us to be free. Fly like a bird. And this is a song, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it just sounds like a free song. I saw online, they said if Thug told you that, I mean, because, you know, Thug will wear a dress in a minute. He'll kill you. Well,
allegedly.
But he'll wear a dress, too. Here's what I think about it. Who cares? Like, who cares? I know that when you say stuff like that, Jaden, people are going to have fun with it because you did wear the Louis Vuitton kilt where you were running around in a dress. You probably got millions of dollars to do that, which I'm not mad at. People can't be mad at you pocket watching the fact that you get in the cash. You come from a famous family where your mom and your dad, they do a little 1 and 2 on the weekend. And I'm sure you're under a lot of pressure to be your own person. I know you were dating the one girl who got caught with the cocaine. And then now you're with the, then you're cheating on the other white girl with the Spanish girl, all the paparazzi caught you, all that. And so you're out there getting the buns, but you're also probably having fun with, you know, the other ones.
Bars.
I wasn't wilding out for 5 seasons. But who cares? Live your life. Be you. Be as free as the bird that you want to be. Just don't get caught up in a scandal. So far, you're not caught up in a scandal. This is just haters hanging on every word that you're saying. Do we care if Jaden is gay or not, or bi? Do we care?
No. And I love that he knows how to like toe the line of having people have a conversation about his sexuality, because truly he don't give a fuck, but he's just letting people keep him in the conversation. And the other thing that bothers me though is they constantly want to say gay people are trying to groom or push people into a lifestyle. This is clearly somebody trying to shame him into being straight. Right. If he ain't straight, let him just do what he want to do.
Right. Well, listen, and I think the guy's name is Zoo, who August is dating. Is his name Zoo?
I think it's Zoo, yeah.
Well, I've slid in the DMs. I don't know what his real name is, but people are saying that relationship is probably not real either, because they haven't really confirmed that they're together. They do have a product line together where they are gay baiting the hell out of the world. And I'm gonna tell you, I am August. I am one more post away from y'all on a boat that I will go and buy the damn products myself. Okay. Okay. Wait. Hold on. TikTok, do your thing. August, Alsina, I will stop sliding in your man's DMs if you send me a care package of your products. Okay, I will do a full review and I will do an unboxing for you on Hollywood Unlocked. Send the return address so I can pull up and say hello to that. No, but I think they're all gay baiting because they don't confirm it, they don't deny it, they leave enough for people to wonder. It's still gay, though, because it looked gay. So if I'm going to call you gay, I'm going to call you gay. Anyway, either way, Jaden, congrats on all your success. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this as a future councilman. Free Young Thug. Because what y'all are doing over there in Atlanta, playing around, y'all, the defense is doing their best job to keep us entertained while the prosecution is just throwing the case out. You know, everything you've done is wrong. Fanny, we don't hear about Fanny no more because she slept with the man that was bringing the charges, and then he went online and said that he had to sleep with her, and then the judge been switched out 2-3 times. We are as tired as Kim Wormsley constituents. We are tired. Somebody posted on my Facebook the other day. Listen, somebody posted on my Facebook the other day. At the end of the day gonna end and we are all tired. Get her out of there. That the people have spoken. Free thug and keep being a free spirit. All right, goodbye. Marriage without a prenup? Eesh.
But y'all see where that photo's from?
Well, that was from the Impact Awards. Not Variety, where they covered our swag. Anyway, hey, Variety. I actually like Variety. I actually like Variety because Variety has shown me a lot of love. Variety Magazine, Variety.com has showed me a lot of love. So I want to say thank you to my friends at Variety. I mean, we ain't friends, but, you know. And shout out to the Hollywood Reporter because they covered our award show. And baby, y'all got us like 6-something billion impressions. Thank you, Hollywood Reporter. And Trina, who was there, she was there. That's not allegedly. She just didn't get on the stage. But we'll talk about that when she comes on my show. Well, anyway, Trina has a new man. And he was at the award show, too. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, up front, both of them together, they look good. This is a very good-looking man. I don't know what he does. But I could tell you right now, if they were to drop an OnlyFans together, I have never given any coins. But this right here, she got her a good one. Well, Miami rap legend Trina is breaking her silence on her secret marriage. And she's even admitting that she decided not to get a prenup with her husband. Now, in June, Hollywood Unlocked obtained court records showing that Trina married her boyfriend, Benjamin Kirsch Jr. Now, the documents revealed that the couple applied for their marriage license on April 5th and got married on May 22nd in Miramar, Florida. And the two even attended our Impact Awards. We do have the proof. Look, and he holding on to her too. He holding on to that non-prenup ass right there. Well, Trina kept her engagement and all the details about the nuptials extremely private. But in a new interview with Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha Kaur, who I love, by the way, shout out to Miss Keisha. I want to come on the podcast if you ever need me. Reveals that she don't have a prenup and that she shares her thoughts about having kids after suffering 3 miscarriages in her lifetime. Take a listen.
Are you as freaky as your lyrics, baby? Cause them lyrics, honey, they is too much.
Sometimes,
Ooh.
you know, and being a wife, you
you're
have
a wife?
all the rights to be as freaky as you like.
Oh, that is true.
And spicy in the bedroom.
First of all, you done got married on us,
I
child,
did.
secretly.
I did.
So now that you're in this honeymoon phase, are you and your man just hunching around the house all day long?
We are.
Oh.
We are.
I definitely get that.
Yeah, we
I
are.
get that vibe. I get that you're super happy.
I am.
I am so
Internally
happy for you.
Thank you.
It took a very long time, but guess what? Good things come to those who wait.
I truly believe that.
All right. Did you get a prenup?
I didn't.
Why not?
Because my husband brings all of his money to me. So
What?
I'm in charge. He can't spend a dime without my consent. Can't spend a dime for nothing.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it for many reasons. Number one, I know that there's some dickmatization going on here for sure. He put that thing on you. What's her song? What's her song? The Baddest? He put the baddest love making on you. And when you thought Stella got her groove back, he got you in your groove and you got out of your groove and let him get you with no prenup. But I also think that this man should not be giving you his check. Don't we want to live in a world where both parties have their own money and can decide when to leave on their own with their own money? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if and when I get married, because I am planning the wedding of the century, I might even invite some of your trans children to be my flower boys and girls. Would that be too much if my wedding had flower boys and girls, but it was one person?
Well, you just got to find a they, them that is okay with that.
They coming. Okay. Anyway, call me by my pronoun.
Absolutely not. That.
All right. Well, no, I want, like, because I was thinking, like, of course, if I was to get married, whoever I marry is not going to get anything from Hollywood Unlocked. You're not even going to get a story post. You're not even going to get an Instagram moment.
Gagging merch.
You're not even getting a lifetime access to our award show. Like, it's done. You're not getting anything. However, I would partner with somebody, help make sure that they're good, maybe get in business together. And then when we separate, whatever you came with, whatever I came with, we keep individually. And then whatever we built together, we split down the middle. That's fair, right? That's not fair?
I think it depends.
Okay, so your dream, I know, is to marry some rich white man you meet at Amphar who takes you to Sicily and get married somewhere on the French Riviera. Oh, that's not the French Riviera. Whatever, I haven't been to that part of the country yet. So that's your goal. Now, if
No,
that,
it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
It's not.
So, like, say if that happened and he's a gazillionaire, you think you should get half a gazillion?
No, not half. But I do think that if you have a person move into your lifestyle and they...
Oh, wait. Slow down the words. Have a person move into your lifestyle.
Correct. And if part of that condition is that you need that person to live a certain lifestyle and their old lifestyle doesn't work for you, and you happen to be the person that makes more money, that may be more successful, then that person can then say that they're entitled to the lifestyle that you brought them into once they leave.
Okay. Let me throw devil's advocate at you, okay? Or let me ask a question, throw a scenario, okay? I meet somebody that works at Taco Bell. I'm in the drive-thru getting a chalupa. He's there. The chalupa is the best chalupa I've ever been handed in my life. I fall in love with him instantly. I need him in this chalupa in my life forever. Now he brings his chalupa ass into my life. You mean to tell me the chalupa and the tea, having dinner, tea worth 50 million, the chalupa worth 25 cents. I bring him into my life. I get him a full lifelong subscription to Fenty Beauty. Do your thing, TikTok. Some Pumas. Something. I get it. I upgrade his life, and we have a great 3 years together. And he eventually moves on from Taco Bell, and now we have real estate together, and he's a real estate person, and now he's worth $500,000. I'm worth $50 million. You mean to tell me when we get a divorce, I need to give him $25 million?
No, I think that they're going to end up getting some kind of support after that relationship is over. You're going to end up paying some kind of monthly settlement to that person. It's going to happen, even if you don't want it to. I don't think they're going to take half of what you have. I'm just saying what I think would happen.
Okay, but put it in the other perspective, Jason. What if you marry a trillionaire? Don't you want some of that when y'all break up?
First of all, trillionaires were probably at Diddy's freak-offs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, don't want that.
Got
None of
it.
that in my life. Don't need 500 dildos and 1,000 bottles of baby oil clogging up my sinks. Okay. No, I don't expect if I marry first of all, let me tell you the way I'm going to finesse it. I'm going to get with you. You have $1 trillion. We're going to spend half of that in investments. We're going to spend half of that. Like, I'm going to finesse you out of that. And I'm a very loving, giving person. So I'm naturally going to make sure you are good. Like, I think it's your responsibility when you're in a relationship to start tucking some of that what in the hell, what in case something happens, money away. In case a rainy day comes, you stack your chips, Okay, now if every time I go to Neiman, you go to Neiman, you got to get outfit, I get outfit. That outfit money, you should stack that money for a rainy day because the rain may come. They say it never rains in Southern California. It rains for some of y'all. Y'all know that's why a lot of you are lonely and you're over there at Popeyes just meeting somebody in line trying to get a biscuit. I don't know that I ain't giving you half of what I got. So maybe I'm not getting married. Maybe I do a commitment ceremony.
I don't think that somebody should walk away with half necessarily, but I am saying if you took somebody out of their lifestyle.
If you marry me and then you decide because maybe you met somebody with better abs or you went to Steak 48 and they got you the bigger steak than I did. And now all of a sudden you saw a better life than me. Because, most people that leave people, they are sold a life. They are sold an idea that the grass is greener until they get over there. And that grass is that stuff we got on the patio, turf. Okay, so now after 3 years, you go through a change and you leave. I got to give you my money.
Well, that's a different circumstance, and I think those conditions would apply to whatever agreement you do have or whatever agreement you don't have. I mean, the legal situations would apply in that circumstance. If the person cheated, then they're probably entitled to nothing. But if you decided to drop a person, but you took them out of a lifestyle and then you put them into one,
I would never drop a person. I would just have them move in another room.
But I do agree with you. They should tuck stuff away, have an investment account on the side.
Tuck stuff away. We've been talking about that.
Oh God, not like.
Shout out to T.S. Madison. Happy birthday. All right. Well, Trina, I know you're happy, and I'm glad that you're happy. I think that happiness looks good on you. You deserve it. You are the baddest. And shout out to this beautiful man that you got. And look, she said, I ain't gonna belabor no process to put a ring on that thing. Can a person like this be faithful their whole rest of their married life? I mean, look at him.
Yes.
He's dating. He's married to Trina, and he looked like that, and he got swag. He a whole man. Could he be faithful?
He better be.
Mm-hmm. He could.
He got the
Do you
baddest.
think TikTok? I'm just playing. Congratulations to both of you, and the baddest. I can't wait to see you soon. Bye. I love Black Love. I love that y'all are together. I'm going to be entertaining. I have a show to do. People wouldn't show up for me if I wasn't me. Okay. But if you ever cheat, this video right here going to make us so much money because it's going to go viral. Okay. Speaking of cheating, Cardi B, she's been calling out her husband who she is leaving, and, has gone viral. Well, Cardi B is now putting CPS on blast, and everybody who's calling CPS. And she's also talking about her soon-to-be ex-husband. Now, Cardi B is looking to take legal action after an anonymous caller sent CPS to her house. Earlier this week, Cardi B went live on Instagram and revealed that she's been in the hospital. I'm doing my show as if I'm a person that don't know anything, but I did go to the hospital because I had to lay eyes on her. And I'm going to tell you why. I was at home, and I FaceTimed her to see how she was doing. And when she answered, she was laying in the hospital bed with a strap over her chin, and she said, I'm dying and passed out. And I've been through some trauma. She triggered me. I didn't know what was going on. And she just said, I'm dying and passed out. And she's in the hospital. You can see her in the hospital gown with the cap on, with the hospital in the background and a strap on her chin. So I immediately started doing what Jason Lee did, and I tracked her down and found out what hospital she was at, and I went to go see her. She had the medication, when they're medicating you. But she was in the hospital. And this was not a I'm too sick to go to work thing, or I'm doing this for attention thing, because she didn't have anybody there but one person on her team, two people on her team, to make sure that she was taken care of. And so I was very concerned about her. And I had to go check on my good sis. Well, anyway, she's been in the hospital since October 19th. Now, she even canceled her appearance at Atlanta's One Music Festival, where she was the headliner, recovering from a medical emergency. And I will say, and I don't have her permission to tell her business, but I will say, this was not I got the flu, I'm not feeling well, I have a headache. This was something that had me concerned, to where I drove all the way across town to go see her. And I did send her some flowers that she posted on social media whenever she woke up. But I did have to go check on her. And in those moments, I know I'm not crying, I'm having something in my throat. Not like Rob, but like me.
Oh my.
In that moment, I was a concerned friend. It wasn't Cardi B, it was Belcalis laying in the bed, a mother of 3. Okay, and so I want to humanize the conversation, because we're talking about a young woman who I was concerned about. Well, during her stay at the hospital, she said somebody prank called CPS and alleged that she was abusing her children, which is the most insane thing. Now, Cardi B in the past has been a victim of people calling the police. What do they call it? Where they swat you, where they swat her home. They swatted her in Offset's Atlanta home. That was all over the press. We put that on Hollywood Unlocked. So she's not new to this. Well, she just had a baby, and she's in the hospital, and they said that she was allegedly abusing her 3 young children with her soon-to-be ex-husband, Offset. Well, she went on live, and she talked about it. Take a look.
But y'all motherfuckers have taken shit too fucking far. When you mess with my fucking kids, I swear to you, I'm gonna get to the fucking bottom of it, okay? For you motherfuckers to do a little fucking prank call. What is the CPS? Child Protective Services? For Child Protective Services to come to my fucking house, not my house, my gated mansion at 11 p.m. while my children are sleeping, because there's an anonymous call that there's been going on, that my kids have been getting abused and beaten. Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? This is when the pranks start getting too far. When you fucking assholes think the shit is funny. And it's not funny. It's not funny. First of all, I'm the only colored person, and I'm the only person that is Latin, that there's black people in my house. that it's in the whole neighborhood. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm fucked up. We are the only colored people in my neighborhood completely. And for motherfuckers to pop up in my house with cops and child protective services because you motherfuckers want to do an anonymous call involving my children, I promise you this. I promise you this. I promise you this. I'm going to sue Child Protective Services for fucking coming to my house at whatever the fuck time it comes. And I'm also going to sue the person that did this anonymous call. And as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm calling Drew Finling because I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to hire the best private investigator in the whole fucking country.
Well, the best private investigator is you, Cardi, because Candy, you find shit before I do. But let me say this, and just to put in context to whoever did this, I saw her in the bed. That took a lot for her to be able to do that because she was not able to even have a conversation with me when I got there. So I'm really, I was happy that she was able to sit down for a minute because she just had a baby, she was in the gym. She was in Paris for Fashion Week. Then she,
Victoria's Secret fashion show.
And did.
A lot.
Okay, so you were doing a lot right after giving birth and your body has gone through a lot. So I was glad that she was able to kind of get a rest and y'all disrupted that. Well, a day later, while in the hospital, Cardi started dragging Offset on Twitter and baby, this is what went down. Look. Bro, I wish the worst on this man. I never hated somebody so much, and these bitches be so thirsty to have him. Please take this man off my hands. This garbage bag is heavy.
She ate with that line, garbage bag is too heavy.
And did.
I like that. And did.
Well, when a fan told Cardi to stop speaking ill on the father of her children, she did exactly what we expected her to do. She said this. Yeah, he is. That's why I don't wish him death. But I truly hate this dirty-ass narcissistic piece of shit, and his family and his friends never check him. That's why he always going to be a piece of shit of a person. Well, another ex-user claimed Cardi is clearly still in love with him, and she shut that down by saying this. No, I don't. I want him to get hit by a fucking truck. He's really just in a dark cloud. He's really just a dark cloud on anybody's life he enters. Okay. I'm not going to speak for Cardi. I'm going to say that there were probably a lot of painkillers involved in making sure that she was getting healthy or healing. But they do say when you're under the influence, the real you comes out, the real thoughts come out. And look, Cardi has been through a lot over the last several years with this marriage. You remember there were the flowers that we pushed out on stage after he cheated. Then there was the Summer Bunny scenario where he allegedly cheated on her. Then there was the girl in Atlanta. Then there was there's just been all this. And now I'm sure that he thought the grass was greener on the other side. He's seeing that he doesn't have that grass we talked about earlier. And I don't know yet the whole details of their separation because I don't dig in her business like that when we're talking because it is a sensitive thing because I know he loves her kids and she loves her kids. And they had something together and she's been protecting them so much to make sure that the kids don't see who their dad really is. A flawed man, like a lot of you rappers. At them Diddy freak-offs. Is this sad to see or is this something that we saw coming?
We saw it coming. But I feel like this is the resurgence of Cardi, and I don't mind. I know people are like, keep this off the internet, but I kind of like the transparency because she has everything, and she still lives life like a normal person. Like, she's still going through, like, hard times, so I don't mind it.
Damn, but it's sad that we want to see the hard times and know that she's a real person. I mean, if you cut, you believe
Not
it,
to
you
want to
famous.
see it, but I respect, like, okay, she's putting it all on the table.
It makes her relatable.
Yeah.
Now, you should drop Fuck My Baby Daddy remix with Sexy. Do your thing, TikTok. Because I think that would be going right into the new album that's slated to come soon. Yeah, I don't know. Well, another user told her to set some boundaries when dealing with a narcissist and to not remain under the same roof. But Cardi clarified, hell, he don't live with me at all. Now, users then speculated that Offset was the anonymous CPS caller, but Cardi, of course, denied that. This is what she said. The person said, Offset's really a psychotic freak if he called CPS on his own kids just to make Cardi vulnerable and hoping she'd seek comfort from him. And she said, that's not what happened. That got nothing to do with him. Then the person said, wait, I know Offset ain't called them people on her. Wait, bitch, I'm up now. Wait. And she said, he's a loser, but he didn't do that. It was a prank call. He had to fly out, and I couldn't be there because I'm hospitalized. And the person said it was called on both of us. Well, I'm glad that she shot that down. Well, anyway, look, I know that Cardi should just be doing one of two things. One of two things. She should be doing both of these two things. One, getting better and being there with her children. That's it. Oh, and get that damn album out.
Please.
I'm ready for it.
Please.
Okay, we love you, Cardi. Bye. All right, this has been a lot. Is there anything else to talk about? Nah. That's it. Just get straight to it. I can't. Okay, here's the update. Put it back up. More lawsuits were filed. That's it. Get out of here. I'm done. I can't. Because at this point,
Too much.
it is entirely too much.
I'm unsubscribing from all
Lizzo looking like Kelly Rowland. Diddy do it? Did he not do it? I will tell you, funny thing is, me, DJ Vlad, ended up on an episode of Piers Morgan, and I threw some names out there because Piers brought up the Jay-Z lawsuit, and I said, I'm sorry, Piers Morgan brought up about Jay-Z having to make him apologize and all that, and I said, well, the thing is, you platform somebody that gives you two truths and a lie, and we don't know what's a lie or the truth. But what he did was he opened up a conversation now about Jay. And not to say that Jay did anything because there isn't any evidence out there, although you all have been texting me links and links and links and links and links. And did I send you all the stuff? It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I don't want it. Just please leave me alone. Keep all of that over there. Okay. Just go over there and let them sip their champagne and their cognac and their hair care products. I don't want. Call me Jay. All right. Anyway, that's it. Let's just get to what is the next
Thoughts
segment?
and prayers.
Oh yeah, thoughts and prayers. Who would ever thought we'd see Trump working at a McDonald's drive-thru and tossing fries? I mean, he is a felon after all. Who would have thought we'd get to see Ronald the Clown get replaced with a new one named Donald? It is quite fitting, though. And it won't be too big of a surprise when your order gets screwed up. I mean, he messes up in every single role. But no, seriously, this man is so bothered by Kamala Harris, and she literally could care less because she's actually busy helping Americans and not trying to take away all their freedoms. Women's rights, civil rights, trans rights. Don't expect Trump to fight for them like Marlon fought for his trans kid and other families. Shout out to the parents who are protecting their kids. They deserve it. And a big F you to the people prank calling CPS on our girl Cardi. That woman is a great mom, providing and protecting her kids. Marriage issues and all, her children have always come number one. And just as one marriage ends, another one begins, because Trina secretly got married and without a prenup. That's what you call trust. And unconditional love. So to Trina and her husband, we're sending you all the best wishes, which is what Diddy looking for, and we ain't finna go there because he continues to do way too much. And I got a lot more to do in my campaign, so I'm about to get out of here. So until next week, keep coming back because it works like AA, and share our stuff everywhere. TikTok, do your thing. All right, and if you want to text me, go ahead and text me at 310-388-6463. Again, 310-388-6436.
Oh my God.
What you mean? Oh my God. Hey, Max. All right, y'all, we out of here. Peace.
The Jason Lee Podcast.